back to the academic year 22-23. Today, myself, Dr. Yashwant M.K. I am working as an associate professor in the Department of Civil Engineering, Maharaja Institute of Technology, Mysore. Today, I am standing in front of you people to talk about one of the emerging technology course that has been introduced in academic year 22-23 NEP system. And coming to this emerging technology course, one of the course we have been given from the Department of Civil Engineering is green building, which is one of the happening trend or subject everyone wants to know. So today I am going to talk about this particular subject called green buildings. So before getting into the module, what I want to explain here is, let me introduce the course. What exactly is a green building? Why we need to go for a green building? What is the necessity of green buildings? How exactly the green building looks? So all those aspects I am going to discuss first, and later on we will proceed to the module number 1. Okay. So let me introduce this course. So this course is a green building. We can see from the slide, a green building, the course which is the emerging technology course, with a subject code 22 ETC 15B. So this is the subject code or course code I can say. Okay, so let me start with the course. So you can see from the slide, so what are the basic needs of a human being? So we are existing as a human beings. So what are the basic needs? Okay, so we know that the basic needs of human beings are a food, which is a necessity thing, a clothes, which is a basic need, a shelter, which is a basic need. So these are the three basic needs of a human being, okay, one must require. So with this perspective, a shelter has got more problems compared to the food and clothing. Okay, so with respect to this shelter, today I am going to talk what are the things. Okay, so now coming to the shelter part, okay, so nowadays the rapid urbanization is happening. Rapid urbanization means now everyone is moving towards, I can say, from village to the cities, maybe to the various reasons, due to the various reasons. Okay, and another thing, nowadays all the green belt or green region is getting converted to the layouts because of this urbanization, enormous urbanization, and also I can say that the enormous increase in population also one of the key factors that this rapid urbanization is happening. Okay, within this context I can say, okay, because of this rapid urbanization, okay, as I told, the basic need of a human being, that is one of the basic need, that is shelter. So everyone demands a shelter, or I can say the house. Am I right? Okay, though everyone needs a house. Okay, with respect to this perspective, okay, if I require an house, or if you people require an house, immediately the one thing that should strike our mind is, okay, the materials. The materials. So coming to the materials, if I go ahead with these construction aspects, or if I want to build a shelter, or if I want to own a house, or if I want to build a house, okay, one must look into this construction material. You can see from the slide that the construction material required are starting with the stones, the bricks, the cement, concrete, glass, wood, reinforcement, the sand, pipes, n number of materials. Okay, because all these construction materials will put together to form a house, because we cannot complete an house with only the bricks. We cannot complete only with the cement. We cannot complete only with the cement. So everything we require in order to form a house, or in order to complete an house or a building. Is it clear? So these are the construction material which require. So other than this, okay, I have listed some of the materials. Okay, other than this I can say the stones, stone is an essential material. Okay, so many materials are, okay, whatever I listed, these are the basic material a house or a shelter or a building which demands. Am I right? Okay. So you can see from this thing, okay, or one must please look into this material, a keen observation is required here. Okay, see, the demand of an house may vary based upon the material. What I mean to say in this aspect here is, see, a bricks, cement, a concrete, a steel, pipes, so these are the essential materials. Whatever the house you build, okay, whatever the house you build, okay, these materials are essential. We cannot go, okay, beyond this material. Okay, and the material will vary based upon the various houses. For example, if one house, okay, uses one material, okay, it may not the same material will be used by another house. It may vary. Did you get my point? So, whatever I listed here, these are all the basic construction material, okay, a shelter or a house or a building which demands. Is it clear? So now, with these construction material where your people are looking into this, okay, let me talk about the cement. Let me talk with the cement. Sorry. So why a cement I have been opted here? Because the cement, or I can say the concrete, is the most consumed material by a man or a human being next to the water in the planet Earth. I will repeat, the cement is the second most material a human being will be consumed enormously next to the water. Okay, so that's why I will talk, okay, with respect to the cement first. So now we can see from this slide, you can see from the slide, so I have been represented one of the pie chart over there, okay, which I got from the Merchant and Research Consulting Limited, okay, where from the pie chart you can see the production of cement. The production of cement, because as I told, if the rapid urbanization is happening due to the population, obviously everyone needs a shelter. If everyone needs a shelter means the demand is also high with respect to the cement. Without cement we cannot go ahead with the construction. Am I right? So you can see from the pie chart that the production chart of a cement, where you can see the, if I talk with respect to the worldwide production, with the context of the world, you can see that China is the leading producer, the first producer, enormous production of cement in the world. After China, or next to the China, the second country which produces enormous cement is India. India is the second country which produces enormous cement in the world. So what will be the consequences, or what will be the thing? Sir, what is going to happen? What is going to happen if you produce? We need to be proud, right? We need to be proud because we are the leading manufacturer in the world. That is the one advantage thing. And what is the negative barrier in this? We'll look into that in the next slide. So now, I will come with the Indian context, because in the previous slide, I have been told with respect to the worldwide context. Now you can see from the slide, with respect to the Indian context, I have been projected one of the bar graph, where you can see how much is the India producing and how much we have been produced in the past, okay, years. You can see, okay, from the various things, that is starting with the various past years. So now we are standing with respect to the 2022, where you can see that almost, okay, 341 million metric tons. 341 million metric tons of cement we are producing in the present context. It may go still higher, and you can see from the bar graph, nowhere it has been decreased. It is keep on increasing year-wise. This is what I want to mention, that because of increase in population, okay, that is everyone is moving towards from village to the city, okay, because of their fulfillment with respect to the basic needs or whatever the things, okay, because of this aspect I want to go with a building. If I want to go with a building, the essential part of the building, which is cement, which is also keep on increasing year-wise. You can see I have been one to the 300 million metric tons I am standing. So this is what the number or quantified number I can say with respect to the India. So now let me move on to the next. Okay, sir, now I want to say, sir, we need to be proud, right, sir? That's what you want to say, right? We need to proud. We need to proud that we are the leading manufacturer compared to other countries, like we stand next to the China. That is what the thing. But there is one negative barrier or disadvantage. We need to look into that, or we need to give a keen concern on this aspect. What is that? By producing enormous cement to fulfill the needs of a building. Am I right? In order to fulfill the need of a building, we are producing enormous quantity of cement which is damaging the environment. Please, okay, look into this. Okay, please listen to this. That because of enormous production of cement, we are damaging the environment. We are completely damaging the environment. How? How? If you want to elaborate this, for example, okay, this cement, by producing this cement, okay, the cement industry will release the greenhouse gases. The greenhouse gases will be emitted from the industries or cement industries while producing the cement. For example, if I want to quantify this, for example, if I want to produce a 1 kg of cement, okay, if I want to produce a 1 kg of cement, almost 0.9 kgs or 900 grams, okay, almost equivalent I can say to the cement, okay, that much amount of one of the greenhouse gases, which is a major component of greenhouse gases, that is carbon dioxide. This carbon dioxide will be released to the atmosphere, which will create a negative effect on the environment. Did you get my point? So by producing this cement, one advantage is we can fulfill the needs of human beings by constructing the houses, okay, wherever we require. But the negative effect is, by if you keep on producing, or if you keep on producing this cement will release the, okay, the greenhouse gases. So if I talk with respect to the greenhouse gases, okay, the greenhouse gases are methane, okay, nitrogen dioxide, carbon dioxide, and so on. Okay, so many greenhouse gases will be liberated to the environment. But major greenhouse gases, as I mentioned, is carbon dioxide. So now I have been showcased one of the slide. You can see over there the greenhouse gases emission. Okay, and I have been listed over there the various, okay, the components, or I can say the materials, okay, in turn the industries, okay, where they release the carbon dioxide gases. So coming to this, you can see there the cement will release almost, I can say, 8%. You can see over there, because I am talking with respect to the cement. You can see the steel, okay, the 25%. You can see the chemical industry is 19%. Okay, even the food and beverages, that is food and drink industries, while producing this, they also release enormous carbon dioxide gases or the various greenhouse gases. Okay, it stands 7%. Paper industry is 6%, plastic industry is 4%, aluminium industry is, okay, 4%. Okay, motor manufacturers 3%, textiles, printing, okay, and other industries 19%. So we people in a, okay, think that, okay, by riding the bicycles, by riding the vehicles, will release the greenhouse gases. That is the common man thinks. Okay, and also we know from the basic, okay, the secondary classes or elementary classes that, okay, by riding the vehicle, these vehicles releases the greenhouse gases, okay, it will damage. No. Not only that, we, okay, the engineers also responsible. We engineers also responsible, okay, in creating the damage to the environment. Coming to the building perspective, because I'm talking with respect to the construction aspects, see, the cement and steel, the steel almost I can say which stands first, because what I want to say here is any industries, okay, any industries, okay, where they are going to produce or come up with a byproduct that is cement or steel, where it involves various processes like heating, okay, so and all. That means if you want to go with the heating process to the enormous temperature, obviously we are burning so many fossil fuels, we are burning the coal, so many things, because we need to heat up a process. So we are going to, once if you are going to heat up, then only we are going to get a byproduct. Am I right? So because of this production process where it demands heating with the various temperatures, okay, the furnaces will try to emit these greenhouse gases. Because of this, the cement industry and the steel industries, for example, if you come up with a Karnataka perspective, okay, the Jindal, which is the leading manufacturer of the steel, which is situated in Ballari, okay, where they are producing the Jindal steels, okay, those company is responsible for, okay, producing these greenhouse gases. Likewise, the cement industries also is responsible. So that is what I want to say. This is what a negative effect, okay, which is creating by producing these construction material, that is cement and steel. Because I want to say that without this, we cannot construct houses. This is a thing. But we need to look into this aspect. We need to look into these aspects, okay, where I can think. Nowadays, more advancement is happening in the cement industries. Now, the cement industries are coming up with a new technologies called carbon capture technologies, where the carbon capture technology is nothing but when they are going to emit the greenhouse gases while producing the cement, where it captures the carbon dioxide and liberates lesser amount. This is the what the cement industries nowadays they are looking into this, or steel industries nowadays they are looking into this. Now a lot of research is happening on these carbon capture technologies, and a lot of things are going on to reduce this. Okay. So let me move on to this next material. So next, move on to the next material. So after coming to know about the advantages and disadvantages of cement, I will move on to the next material, aggregates, which is the prime material which is required to construct a building. Did you get my point? Okay. So now you can also see from that thing that sand, gravel and crushed rock, that means stones, okay, which is a majorly demand material. You can see that 60, okay, gigatons. 60 gigatons is the demand of aggregates. Okay, aggregates, nothing but, okay, in the common language you used to see that sand and jelly together is called aggregates. Sand and jelly. And the technical word for sand we used to call it as fine aggregate because it is fine in nature. Okay, coarse aggregate which is coarser, that means a bigger size. It is called as coarse aggregates, and the size which is lesser is called fine aggregate. Together we used to call it as a aggregates. And together we are consuming almost up to the, we can see 60 gigatons, we can see from that okay, chart, that is construction materials dominant resource consumption. Okay, I have been put into this. Okay, that is, this is the projection chart from 2017 to 2060. Okay, that is 60 gigatons of consumption that is happening in nowadays. Okay, so this is a one picture. Okay, you can see that, okay, that is river sand. So now you can see from that photo, okay, that we are removing the sand from the riverbed. We are removing the sand from the riverbed where enormous, okay, the sand will be released, okay, removed, okay, in order to fulfill the needs of a human being. Because in the previous slide I told that cement is one of the material, okay, which demands in the building to construct an house. Okay, likewise, the sand is the second most material demand by a building in order to construct a house or a building. So in order to fulfill this, we need to remove the sand from the river bed. So what we are going to do, okay, that means we are going to excavate the sand from the river bed. That means, okay, we are fulfilling our needs from the river sand. That is the one thing. But what is the negative effect involved in this? What is going, sir, we are fulfilling that. What is the negative effect? Enormous sand is there. We are procuring that. What is the negative effect on this? The negative effect on this river sand is when you are going to, okay, remove the sand, that's why it is called river sand. The sand which is removed from the river, that is called river sand. Okay, where they can see from the photo that enormous sand will be removed from those equipments. By removing this, you are completely, okay, depleting the natural resources. You are completely damaging the natural resources. You are spoiling these natural resources. Okay, so that is the negative effect that is going to happen by removing the river sand. But one thing I want to highlight here in this particular slide, nowadays we are stopped using river sand because the government has made a resolution that nowhere you need to remove the sand from the rivers. That is the bylaw they have been put up. Okay, locally if I start, okay, talk with respect to the Karnataka perspective, that too in the southern region, that is Mysore. If I talk with this perspective, okay, the enormous sand will be produced in T. Narsipura. T. Narsipura is a, okay, a taluk where it produces enormous river sand. By consuming this river sand, what I want to say is we are depleting the natural resources. Okay, so one need to look into this aspect. So that's why they have come up with a bylaw that, okay, you need not to remove the sand from the river and damage the environment. So this is the bylaw, now it has came into the existence. Next, we will move on to the next slide. You can see that the next material, predominantly used material in order to construct a building or a house is stones or a coarse aggregate. Because, okay, if I talk with respect to the stones, we are going to use these things in the two ways. I will going to talk now. Okay, these stones, they are going to produce from quarrying process. You can see that, you can see from the slide that they are producing the stone, okay, from the quarry by blasting the rocks. By blasting the rocks, okay, they are producing the stones. Did you get my point? So these stones, they are going to use in two ways. One is these stones, they are going to use it as a foundation part, as a blocks, which I am going to discuss in module number 1. Okay, that is stone blocks or stones. And another thing, the same stones, I am going to use it as a coarse aggregates. The same stones, I am going to use it as a coarse aggregates. Okay, that I am going to produce a concrete. So, in order to use it as a stone blocks or a coarse aggregates, where I am going to do the process of quarrying. That is, the blasting process is going to happen in the, okay, quarrying process or rocks. Okay, this is what the process involved. Coming to the negative effect on this. What is the negative effect? The negative effect is by blasting the rocks in order to produce a stone, we are completely damaging the environment. By blasting it, we are damaging the environment. So we need to give a keen observation on this, how to protect the environment or Mother Earth. Okay. So even today, the quarrying process is happening. Even today, the government has come up with the various things because the coarse aggregates and the stones, okay, no alternative has been come up, just like a river sand. Okay, one of the alternative has been come up nowadays in order to fulfill the place of river sand is manufactured sand. The same thing has been told that stones is one part and another part is river sand, which I am going to produce, okay, from this quarrying process. The coarse aggregate, the fine aggregate, stones, all these things I am going to produce by this quarrying process. Is it clear? So no alternatives has been come up, okay, and we also talk about these alternatives in the future days or in the future slides. Is it clear? Fine. So what I want to say here is, okay, I have been given one aspect regarding the cement, what is the positive and what is the negative, and regarding the sand, what is the positive and what is the negative, and regarding the aggregate, that is the stones, what is the positive and what is the negative, okay, that have been highlighted. So moving on to this, the one more thing have been listed over there. The next thing, okay, you can see the one more slide, that is the global consumption of aggregates have been put up, okay, because have been showcased sand, stones and all. So we, the India, stands in the third place. We, the India, stands in the third place, okay, we are producing or we are consuming the aggregates. Because we already been told that in order to construct the house, just like a cement, we require aggregates also. In cement, we stand second place, and in aggregates, we stand third place, okay, we are consuming. Is it clear? One aspect already told that, one thing we need to proud that enormous construction activity is going on, but we also feel the thing is that another negative effect is by this it is also damaging our Mother Earth. We also stand, okay, the next or the top position in the world that our environment or Mother Earth is damaging. So please give keen concern on these aspects. Now, coming to the thing, sir, by consuming the sand, by consuming the aggregates, by consuming the cement, okay, in order to fulfill our dream house or in order to fulfill our need shelter, okay, we require all this material. By using all these enormous natural resources in order to fulfill our needs, because one thing I forgot to mention in the aspect of cement, while producing the cement, one important prime material and natural material in order to produce cement required is limestone. And limestone is a natural resources which is required, which is burned in order to produce the cement. Okay, that means in order to fulfill our needs, that is to construct a shelter or a house or a building, we are, okay, depleting or consuming our natural resources by one or other way, by burning, by consuming, like by producing cement, by producing stones, by producing aggregates, okay, and so on. Now, we need to think what is going to happen. The thing here is by releasing the greenhouse gases to the environment, okay, that is one thing. And another thing from the next slide where I am going to put is global warming. So nowadays we need to give a keen concern on this. Nowadays there is so many climatic variation that is happening. I think you people may have been observed. So many climatic variation. That means in summer season the rain may come, in the rainy season the sunny day may come. This climatic variation is happening enormously. Why? Because of the global warming. Because of this global warming, okay, by consuming these natural resources, we are making our earth to burn. Did you get my point? So because of this natural, okay, consumption, the natural disasters are happening, such as landslide, earthquake, and so on. Did you get my point? Fine. So that's what I wanted to highlight in this. So global warming, we need to give a keen concern on this, okay, what I need to look at. Now, coming to the global warming aspect, one more thing I wanted to discuss is, so you can see from the next slide where I have been put one of the important thing, okay, as an engineer, how much I am responsible for global warming. How much I am responsible for global warming. Because a common people always says that by transportation, that means I already been told that by riding vehicles or bicycles or so on, okay, that enormous, okay, the gases or greenhouse gases will be released where we are responsible for global warming. Not only that, as an engineer, okay, by constructing the building, I am also responsible for damaging the Mother Earth by global warming. You can see from that one of the pie chart, okay, that is the transportation occupies 28%, industries occupies 32%, commercial buildings and you can see I have been discretized into commercial and residential buildings. Okay, the commercial buildings is 18% global warming responsible, residential buildings you can see 22%. You can see the beautifully, residential building is is causing a main global warming compared to the commercial building. Together if you put down, okay, 22 plus 18, almost 40%. That means we stands first, the building stands first in releasing the, okay, are responsible for global warming. Did you get my point? So now we need to give a keen concern on this global warming with respect to the context of construction of building. Is it clear? Next. So now, what actually I can do with this? What I can do, sir? What I can do with all these global warming, with all these consumption issues, what I need to look into the keen aspects. The main aspects I need to look into this here is sustainability. Sustainability. The sustainability plays an important role here. What exactly is sustainability? I will define that sustainability. You can see from the slide. Sustainability focuses on meeting the needs of the present without compromising the ability of the future generation to meet their needs. I will repeat. Sustainability is nothing but which focuses on meeting the needs of the present without compromising the ability of the future generation to meet their needs. That means what I want to say here is, okay, I need to preserve the natural resources where our ancestors has preserved so that we people are living happily and we people are seeing those natural resources beautifully. Likewise, our ancestors, what they did, we also, okay, preserve those natural resources so that our future generation also can feel that happiness, okay, by preserving those. So that's what the context of, okay, the sustainability. And you can see that triple bottom line, okay, where you can see that the triple bottom line, three aspects. One is, the three aspect is environment, and another one is society or culture, another one is economic. That means environment means what I want to say that sustainability, that is what the triple bottom line. The three aspects is environment, society, economic. That is, okay, the efficient uses of resources. That means that's what I wanted to highlight here is, okay, we cannot construct a house without sand. We cannot construct the house without cement. Yes, it is essential. It is required. But consume the resources efficiently. That is very important. Okay, efficiently. That is efficient uses of resources. That is very important. Okay, don't consume, okay, enormously. Efficiently use it. Okay, that is the first thing. Coming to the next aspect, that is society aspect. Okay, that is health and well-being. That is environmental aspects. Okay, and society cultural aspect is, okay, social equity. Social equity. So these three triple bottom line aspects I am going to look into that in order to protect our Mother Earth. Did you get my point? Efficient use of resources, social equity, and health and well-being of society. So that I can attain, I can reach the sustainability. Did you get my point? So this is the keen concern where I am going to look into this course. Sustainability, sustainability. Preserve the natural resources so that our future generation also can feel it. Did you get my point? So with this, next, I will move on to the next. Now I will say that, sir, I've been talked with so many things, sand, cement, aggregates and so on, okay, with construction aspects. Sir, is there any prevention? Is there any prevention of Mother Earth? How to protect our Mother Earth? How to protect our Mother Earth? Is there any prevention? Yes. Yes. You can protect our Mother Earth. How? Now the solution is, now you can see that, green buildings. Green buildings. By making a building green, we can mitigate or we can reduce or minimize the global warming. In turn, we can protect our Mother Earth and also our environment. Did you get my point? Okay, the global warming issues, the environmental issues, all those things we can mitigate it or we can reduce it, okay, by going the green aspects. Okay, so now coming to the definition part. Now tell me, what is exactly the green building? What exactly is the green building? Do you mean to say that a building which looks green is called green building? A building which is painted with the green is called green building? Is it the case? No, not at all. It is not a green building. Now, if I want to define a green building, I have been showcased with the various, okay, definitions. Okay, I will start with the first, okay, the Indian context. The IGBC, or I can say I have been also picked the definition from Wikipedia. The Wikipedia defines the green building as, the green building refers to both structure and application of process that are environmentally responsible and resource efficient throughout a building life cycle, from planning to design, construction, operation, maintenance, renovation and demolition, which is a very important definition. See, the green building means, if I want to talk with respect to this perspective, see, not only I need to look into the green aspects, okay, while constructing. It is a complete life cycle. That means starting with the initiation, that is planning, design, while constructing, while operating. That means while I am using the houses, there also plays a green aspect. How much I am going to switch on the light during the daylight, whether I am going to switch on the fan during the daytime, that is also counts the green. Lesser the resource you use, lesser the consumption or efficient use of resources, better will be the green building. That is what I wanted to highlight. That is okay. Operation, maintenance, that's what the maintenance. Lesser the maintain, okay, I can say the building will be the green. Okay. Renovation activity, demolition activity, this is a complete. That means from birth to the death of a building, okay, the complete process involved, okay, that is what the green building. Okay, I will tell you what are the aspects we need to look, starting with the material to the construction. That's what we are going to learn in this course, because I keep on saying the green aspects, green aspects. Okay, the green aspects will come into the materials, how we exactly use the materials, how will you go with the construction process, how will you use those, okay, building. So that completes the life cycle. That is what the birth to the death. Okay. Next, as per IGBC, that is Indian Green Building Council, our India, okay, country, we feel proud that they come up with a resolution that, okay, if you want to say a building is a green building, okay, that building should possess certain conditions. Based on that, okay, our India has made an organization where they are going to rate the building okay, by an organization or a thing is called IGBC, that is Indian Green Building Council. That Indian Green Building Council defines, okay, a green building is one which uses less water. See, less water. That means during our operation, that means while living in the house, I will use a water. That water I need to consume less. Okay, optimize energy efficiency. That means I will switch on the light during daytime. That means I am consuming energy. Okay, I need to modify my building in such a way that where sunlight will enter inside the building during daytime so that I cannot switch on the light. That is what energy efficiency. Did you get my point? Okay, next, conserves natural resources. That means this is very important. Okay, efficient use of natural, because I already been told without stones, without aggregate, we cannot build a house. Am I right? Okay, but try to use it efficiently. Preserve it efficiently. That is what I wanted to say. Next, generates less waste. That means while consuming, we are going to produce enormous waste. Okay, try to minimize those waste, okay, or generate the less waste and provide healthier spaces for occupants. This is very important thing. Okay, so we need to create a space which is environmental friendly so that we can breathe a fresh air, so that we can breathe, okay, we can be healthy. Okay, so that is what the definition given by Indian Green Building Council. Likewise, you can see one more definition given by US Green Building Council. In US, like in India, IGBC, US have LEED, that is Leadership in Energy and Environment Design. Leadership in Energy and Environmental Design. So they have defined the green building as, a green building is the holistic concept, okay, that starts with understanding that the built environment can have profound effects, both positive and negative, on the natural environment as well as the people who inhabit building every day. So this is the definition given by the US Green Building Council. Next, likewise one more definition given by the Canada. Okay, there is what the definition. The green building is a resource efficient method of construction that produces healthier building which have a less impact on the environment and cost less to maintain. See, all the life cycle has came into the picture. Okay, use of resources, that is efficient. Construction process, okay, living process, that is during operation process, during maintenance process, during renovation, everything. Okay, during the construction, maintenance, demolition, renovation, whatever the process you do for the building, because the building, okay, we do various activities. That is called life cycle. Okay, not only constructing, that where ends the building process. No, construction, okay, maintenance, operation, okay, and also death, that is demolition, and also when you're going to do the repair of building, that is called renovation. Okay, in all these process, the green aspects involved, where you are going to create a healthier or safe environment, okay, well, by creating or protecting the mother earth. So this is what I wanted to highlight. Next, I was keep on mentioning green aspects, green aspects, green aspects. Now, by next slide, we can see that what are the green aspects, okay, you need to look in the building, or I can achieve a green building or green concepts in building. Did you get my point? Okay, I can achieve a green building as I've stated in the definitions. Okay, first thing, during the construction process, by using materials. Try to use a material locally available and alternative. That means look into the alternative, means look an alternative to the natural material where I can preserve our natural resources. That is the first thing while constructing the building. Preserve our natural resources. Okay, don't use something like limestone. Try to minimize using the limestone while producing cement. Try to, okay, minimize using the stones. Try to minimize using the coarse aggregate. Did you get my point? That means on that particular space, that gap will be filled up by look into the alternatives. Try to look the alternatives so that I can preserve our natural resources. Did you get my point? So that is the first thing you are going to do with respect to the construction. Okay. So after looking to the construction, the next thing is, material, the next thing is construction. Use a construction methodology in such a way that, okay, you can create a better or healthier environment. For example, construct in such a way that where the sunlight can enter inside the building. That is what a vastu, people nowadays. A vastu is nothing but a good air, a good sunlight that enter inside the building. That is what vastu. Did you get my point? Okay, so that means during the construction process, you need to look into these aspects so that you can create healthier environment inside the building. Okay, by this, after the construction process ends here, now comes operation and maintenance process. If I construct the building by allowing the sunlight or fresh air enter inside the building, that means you no need to switch off the lights, okay, no need to switch off the fan. That means I'm creating energy efficient buildings. I'm consuming lesser energy. In material also where I'm going to look into energy efficiency, and while maintaining or by operating the building, I can come up. Nowadays, I think you people have been seen in the advertisement, they are coming up with the bulbs, energy efficiency bulb, energy efficient bulbs, energy efficient tube lights. That means they are minimizing the consumption of the power where they are producing energy efficiency, where they are creating the healthier environment inside the building. We will talk about this in this particular course, how exactly I can modify my building and all those aspects. Did you get my point? And the next aspect is, okay, cost-effective technology for construction. That's what I've been highlighted. Okay, we need to construct a building in such a way that, okay, I need to create a healthier environment. That is one. So these are the aspects I'm going to look into this, okay, in constructing the building, okay, by making a building as a green. Use of alternative material, use of energy efficient material, and going with the technology, okay, that is cost effective, because I can create, okay, the cost effective where I can minimize the cost. That is what one of the key aspects I am going to look into terms of, okay, economic, that is sustainability. Did you get my point? So this is what the green aspects you are going to look into the building. So there, construction, okay, operation, maintenance ends. We are left out with another two life cycle, that is renovation and demolition. In these two aspects also, we need to look into the green aspects. Okay, that's what from birth to the death of a building, I am going to look to the green aspects. Did you get my point? So this is what the green aspects or green building I am going to look into this. Okay, so with this context, now we'll move on to the next. Sir, what are the opportunities or scope in this particular course? Because whatever the things we are learn, okay, it should be application oriented. It should be application oriented. So the opportunities or scope involved in these courses are, you can be an entrepreneur by producing alternate, because everyone is going with a conventional material. You people are coming up with an alternative material to the bricks, to the stones, or with the cement. Okay, nowadays people are manufacturing, okay, the cement, which is eco-friendly, which I am going to talk in the future slides. Okay, that is, they are trying to minimize the carbon dioxide or limestone by replacing some of the waste, which I am going to talk in the, okay, future slides. Did you get my point? Okay, So that is why you can become an entrepreneur by producing the alternative cement, you can produce an alternative blocks and so on, and you can be a green consultant, green building consultant, where you can give a suggestion, that how exactly the green building looks. What are the materials you need to look into that make a building green? How you need to go with the cost-effective construction process. Did you get my point? So you can become a green building consultant. Nowadays, okay, the government has come up with a resolution that, okay, in the entire world, another thing I want to highlight regarding the scope is, in the entire world, whatever the building you take, for example, if you take a world famous building, Burj Khalifa, which is situated in Dubai, which is a green building. There, they are consuming enormous of, okay, the natural sunlight, and they are running the building. They are consuming lesser amount of natural resources. Did you get my point? So that means throughout the world, every construction process, they are looking with the green aspects, that is green building. So that means more scope, more opportunities are involved in this particular course. Did you get my point? So you can be an IGBC consultant as per Indian context. Okay, that is what the green building consultant. You are be an IGBC member. Okay, and they will make an examination. Okay, you need to clear that examination. Okay, you need to pass that examination. You can become a green building consultant. You can become an expertise. How exactly we need to use a water, how exactly we need to use a material, how we need to construct, and so many aspects are involved. And I think I will talk about in one of the module regarding this. Module 3, I think, rating systems. How we are going to rate the building as a green, okay, that I am also going to teach. Did you get my point? So with respect to this, next I will move on to my course objectives. What are the objectives that involved in this course? What are the objectives that are involved in this course? Coming to the objective number 1, okay, as defined in this particular course, understand the definition, that is green building, the concept of green building, objectives of the terms, cost-effective construction, because various terminologies are involved in cost-effective construction. Okay, please look into that, and also regarding the green building. Okay, definition, concept, and objectives of cost-effective construction and green building. So we need to understand. Next, apply the cost-effective techniques and methods in construction process, where you can go with the economic. Next, the third objective is understand the problems due to global warming. I have been taught what are the problems. Understand that, okay, how exactly it is going to happen. What are the environmental issues? That also I am going to talk in module number 1. What are the environmental issues involved while producing building material? What are the environmental issues involved in producing the building material? Next, understand and state the concepts related to green building. So these are all the objectives we have been set in this particular course. With respect to this, I have been written the course outcomes. Okay, the course outcome means after learning this course or at the end of the course, what we are going to take out from this course. What are all the things you are going to learn from this course? Coming to the course number 1, that is apply the knowledge of science and engineering fundamentals, okay, that have been learned from the basics, to study environmental issues in the building materials and environmental friendly or alternative building materials for cost effective and energy efficient construction. See, in this particular course, I am going to teach you conventional materials which is used in construction, and also alternative materials I am going to use in construction of buildings. That is what I am going to teach you. So that's what I have been highlighted over there. In order to achieve cost effective and energy efficient construction, what are the materials? The second outcome is apply the knowledge of engineering fundamentals to study the environmental friendly and cost effective building technologies in various phenomena that I am going to teach you. Next, illustrate the concept of global warming due to different materials in construction and alternate source of energy in building and efficient water and solid waste management to meet sustainable environment. See, if I want to build a building, it involves various life cycle process. I already been told, not only material, not only construction, how we are going to use a building, that is also very important. How efficiently you are using a water, how efficiently you are producing or minimizing the waste during the operation or during the maintenance of a building. That is also I am going to, or very important, that I am going to teach you. The last object is analyze a building for green building rating system. In the last objective, okay, or sorry, last outcome, what I am going to do is one active learning methodologies I am going to give it to you people, that okay, after learning this course, you are going to give a building where you are going to look into the different parameters. We are going to look into the different parameters that you can rate whether the building is green or not. Okay, as per IGBC, that means temporarily I am going to make you as a IGBC member or green building consultant, where you are going to assess the building, that whether you will say that building is a green or not. Did you get my point? So this is regarding the course outcomes which I wanted to discuss. Okay, with respect to this, okay, I think I made you the course overview which I wanted to highlight in the today's class or today's, okay, the video class which I wanted to highlight. So from this I think you got some idea, some percentage of idea you got that what exactly is green building, what is meant by green building, or what are the aspects I need to look into the green building. Okay, with this I want to conclude this today's session. Okay, there you have been learned regarding the green building. In the future slides or in the future classes which I am going to teach regarding the various material, the construction aspects, the rating systems and so on. Okay, with this I am going to end the today's session. Thank you very much for listening this video or viewing this video. Thank you.